Second appearance of the season, and in that defensive lineup there's the absentee Kevin James, and an absentee up front as well for Hearts, Stephen Adam, who scored 5 goals against the Old Firm last season. But Gary McSwegan, top scorer with 7 goals at Tynecastle, returns from international duty fully fit. No Mark Viduka and Oliver Tebeli have been taken away by international duty one way or the other. They're recovering, and no Dimitri Carey, who was supposed to play goal today, but he took ill on Friday night, and Jonathan Gould continues. But I'm sure that everyone in Scottish football is delighted that this young man is on from the start. One of the great, exciting prospects, Mark Burchill. And the referee today, the experienced Mike McCurry, a little camera shy, not turning on cue for us. It was almost a year ago that Hearts won their first match in 17 meetings against Celtic, who have a great record against Hearts, either at Tynecastle or Parkhead. But if Hearts were to repeat that today, I suspect John Barnes will discover that the word crisis in the Old Firm context has a different meaning to the one he was accustomed to in the South. To lose 4 out of 5 would be breaking a dubious record stretching back almost a decade. There's the first challenge, and well taken by Mjolby. The pace of Burchill, and he's going to get in and score. No! What a wonderful chance, and I think it came just a little bit too early in the game for the youngster. Try to shove it away there. Maybe a couple of minutes, 3 minutes into the game, that would have been a different opportunity altogether, but a good save by Rousset. Mahe. There's the ex-Celtic player, Steve Fulton. There's no offside. McSwegan. Colin Cameron is in the box and he's put it in. 2 minutes gone and Hearts are 1-up. And after the almost suicidal tendencies of the defence, Colin Cameron takes advantage of a Celtic defence that was caught too flat, allowing McSwegan to go on the right here. Cameron doesn't get a clean touch, and for a moment that ball looked as if Jonathan Gould might eventually get hold of it, but not so. Hearts are 1-up. McSwegan couldn't believe his luck that he was given that freedom, and Cameron nipping in to score the first goal of the game. Logo. Stubbs. Steve Fulton trying to burst through, does that very well. That, I think, will be a booking. Alan Stubbs. He made the commitment, and I think it was inevitable where Fulton was going to end up. Yes, no question about that. Certainly on the right side for Fulton with that powerful left dick that he has. Tries to swerve it in, and McSwegan did get a little touch. But I don't think the pace of this ball helped McSwegan at all. Now Fulton. There's not far away. Thomas Bogle picking it up. Suddenly he appeared from the left-hand side. Let's fly at that. But he really didn't get hold of it. Well, let's face it, John Barnes hasn't his troubles to seek at the moment. Must be a little bit concerned with this scoreline. Berkovic, plenty of space for McNamara here now. Good 1-2, McNamara, can he finish it off? Oh, that's a very ineffectual ending to that. They did absolutely everything right till his last touch. Well, he must have been aghast at the way his defence started in that opening couple of minutes. But they've recovered strongly, that's what he wanted to see. He said. Mahe. Better play by Celtic. By McNamara. He wants to go himself. That's a decent ball towards right. He did very well to get that over. Now, Wright has been very quiet, hasn't had much service, but it does show you the experience the man has allied to class. It was a neat piece of play there. Up goes McKinnon. He did get the touch there. Cameron trying to go in. McSwegan with a shot. That is an excellent save. That ball was dipping down towards Gould. There was absolutely no room for error here. You see how he snuffed out the possibility of a bounce. Right. Berkovic. McNamara looking for support and gets it. Oh, that's not solid enough. He's looking just a little bit tired at the moment, Berkovic. Good play by Hearts and just got off there. 3 Hearts men going at Stubbs. It was a great interception. There's about 15 minutes left. That's great touch there by Butchell. Right. Well, I think you've got a little indication there of how intelligently Butchell can lay the ball about. Look at that little flick, and he wanted to go after it if he got the return, which he didn't. Well, there's been a lot of tick-tacking going on from that Hearts bench. They've watched Celtic beginning to take ascendancy without really bothering Gilles Rousset all that much. That's a decent ball. Thomas Bogle with a shot. Oh, just passed. That was very close indeed. And that's the first time in about 20 minutes that Hearts have bothered this defence. The play and the danger coming. There's a little deflection. Oh, that's a good save, in fact. And that camera illustrates perfectly the goalkeeper saved the day for Celtic that time. And he takes it confidently. That will do him a power of good, a save like that. Berkovic did well to take that diagonally. McNamara on a stroke of half-time. That's a weak ball that time by Wright. Played there to McSwegan. And there goes the half-time whistle. And we look back on an extraordinary start to this game where Celtic really should have got onto the lead initially. But a terrible blunder that Butchell tried to exploit. Coming a little bit too early in the game, as far as I'm concerned, and the goalkeeper, Rousset, doing well to block it. And then right at the other end, the ball played to McSwegan, clear on the right, as that Celtic defence looked very flat, swinging it in. Not adequate covering for Cameron, and he managed to shove it over. And that's the difference in the teams at half-time. Hearts 1, Celtic 0. Well, Scott Severin, who was limping very badly at the end of that first half, has been fit enough to come back on again. He looks okay. It will be good news for Hearts in particular, because he plays a substantial part in being a really hard worker in midfield, grafting away. Celtic supporters responding to this early surge by Celtic. And they're picking the ball up in midfield much more effectively, given away easily by Hearts. Berkovic. Yeah, get the corner for that, Celtic. Good swinging away. And I think the goalkeeper, judged by the referee to have been fouled. Certainly a cluster of Celtic players in here, real congestion. anywhere. Well, he didn't seem to be fouled. As far as I'm concerned, he just went for the ball and didn't get it. Petrov. Play very slack at the moment in midfield. Cameron and Mjolby were getting involved there, and I think the referee will have a word with the pair of them as the game begins to boil over, and he's sending off Cameron. Yes, he did lift his hand, there's no question at all about that. And why on earth do players commit suicide like that? As he goes in there, there's a bit of pressure on him, and he turns around and swings at him. It's not the most vicious thing I've ever seen. There are the international teammates, and so Hearts now reduced to 10 men. Here's Bekovic. Bekovic going on the outside, Butcho. Finding Moravcik. Just gets through Mahe, appeals for the penalty. A strong plea there as Mahe went down. Watch the slide in here. Yeah. I've seen worse than that. I've also seen them given for that as well. Oh, that's almost there. Butcho at the near post. Ball just put inside, and Butcho at the near post, trying just to turn, get the angle right with his head, and it just went past. Well, Mark Butcho is so eager to get into this game. I mean, he knows he's got the pace. He was very frustrated that he didn't get enough time at Wembley the other night. Nicely played by the Frenchman. Lock. Amick Smeagin. Has he got to let fly? He is. Well, Logo saw the goalkeeper, Jonathan Gould, just beginning to come off his line. He might have played it to the left-hand side. Decided instead to have a little dab himself, but well wide. Ooh, that was going in at some pace. Tremendous velocity he got in that with that left foot of his. No offside this time. Moravcik picking up again. Here's Mahe. Right. Aiming for the shot and goal. He's done it! Wright has got the equaliser. He's hardly been in the game. And look at the deft way he takes this. Good play by Mahe. Slipped inside here, and Wright decides to go for it himself. And there was a deflection. That's what caused it. And Celtic back on level terms. Wright doing a little jink to the side, and there a cruel deflection. Fulton. Leclerc. Logo. Now Fulton. Tried to flick that through to McKinnon as Hearts. Trying to keep the ball in that half. Now, this is where they could be vulnerable. Bekovic, that's a lovely ball put through to Butcho, and he can't put it away again. And down goes Rousset. And I must say, that is the second opportunity Butcho has had to put it away. The one 2-1 within seconds of the start, and there again Rousset defies him. McKinnon chasing after this. And that just touched the way by goal. That was an excellent save. I think he was initially surprised the ball swerved in the way it did. Damarabchik. He might go for it himself, and he does! It's there! Wonderful goal by Damarabchik. You could sense he was going for it himself, and it paid off, and no wonder they're erupting. At one stage in the game, it looked as if it was getting beyond him. And look at the way he curls it as well. It's got pace, it's got swerve, and Celtic got 2-1 up. An incredible ending to this game. Well, he left right out of that dugout area when that went in. A very relieved man indeed. What a contrast there is now between the two dugouts. They can't believe it. It's McKinnon. Oh, that was a baleful attempt there by Vogel to get a penalty kick. And there goes the final whistle. A game that has ended dramatically, but in the most spectacular style, with a great display of skill by Damarabchik. There he is, that's the man who won the game. Always capable and potential of producing little magical moments, as he did again. But before then, we had that astonishing start with the miss by Malpocho, the save by Rousset. Then at the other end, almost immediately the ball played to McSwagan across the goal of the unmarked Colin Cameron, slipping it in. And in the second half, Celtic with a great deal of pressure after the sending off of Colin Cameron. The ball coming to right, trying to squeeze it through, aided by a quite clear-cut deflection. It looked as if that might be it until the very end. And a little Slovakian sending the ball into the back of the net with a magnificent shot. And Ian Wright has come into the middle of the pitch, signalling to the Celtic support his pleasure at that victory. The final score, Hearts 1, Celtic 2.